Okay, so I screwed up a little bit on the first time through here. I did the volume of this shape. I found the area of the circle and multiplied it by the height, but I did not read the problem closely and I did not find the surface area of this shape. And so I had to make this third video quick to talk about surface area. And really surface area of this shape, it's kind of a new concept, so it's an okay one to do on its own. What we need to do, we need to find the area of the top, we need to find the area of the bottom, and we need to find this area of this circular part that goes around. This, this lateral face is what they will call it. All right. And we know how to find the area of a circle. So we know how to find the area of the top and the bottom. And that area of the top and the bottom is, if we want to find area, it is pi times the radius squared. In this case, my radius is 5. And so my area is going to be pi times 5 squared, which gives me, and if you watch the other videos, you already know this, gives me 25 pi as my 25. That's terrible. I'll erase that quick. Gives me 25 pi as my area. And so I'm going to put that in a decimal form because I'm going to end up adding this all together. And so I have 25 pi is really, I think I did it in my last video, but now I forgot. 25 pi is equal to 78.54. Now, if we're talking about surface area, it's adding up all these sides, and so we have the top that's 78.54. We have the bottom that's 78.54. I now need to find out what this area is of this distance around. All right? And to do that, it's kind of similar to what we did with volume. It's pretty similar, actually. What we're going to do, we're going to find the circumference of the circle. We're going to find the circumference of the circle, and we're going to multiply that by the height. And that will tell me my distance around. That'll tell me that surface area of that lateral face. And so if I want to find that circumference, that's the first thing I got to do. Circumference is, circumference is 2 times pi times radius. And so to find circumference of this one, my radius is 5, so it becomes 2 times pi times 5, which is equal to 10 pi. So I have the circumference of my base, down here. And now I got to multiply that by my height. And so 10 pi times my height in this problem is 8, and so that gives me 80 pi. Gives me 80. I can't click on things on this video. That gives me 80 pi, which in decimals, 80 pi is 251.32. And I think we're working with units, so that's units squared. All right, but now what I have is, this is my top part, top circle. This is my, so top base, bottom base. I need to add in the lateral face, and the lateral face is 251.32. And if I add all these up, I get my surface area. So 7.54 plus 78.54 plus 78.54. That gives me 157.08. 157.08 plus 251.32 gives me 408.4, and this one we are working with units squared because it's an area, it's a surface area. All right, and so really it's the same as what we were doing when we found surface area of a shape like this here. We had to find the area of all of, this one has more than one lateral face. We had to find the area of the base, top base, bottom base, and we had to add up all the lateral faces. Same kind of thing goes for the circumference of a cylinder. Sorry, wrong problem. You had to find area of top base, bottom base, and then you had to find the area of this lateral face, this one lateral face, and that's where things changed, because to find the area of that one lateral face of a cylinder, you had to find its circumference, multiply it by its height, and that gives you that lateral face. There is that connection that I hope you can make between that surface area of that lateral face and the volume of the whole shape. In both cases, in the volume case, we found the area, multiplied it by the height. And so maybe I'll write that in here quick. If we're looking for volume, it is area, or I should say base area times the height. If you're looking for surface area, and this is not the entire surface area because it doesn't include adding the bases, but if you're looking for that lateral face of a cylinder, it is the base circumference times the height. All right, and then if you're talking about surface area, you do have to add in base 1 and base 2. Sorry for the bad handwriting. It's kind of hard here. All right. But that's it. Sorry for the extended video. I just forgot to do this while we were doing 930 the first time around.